Bhajahure manam Sri Nandanandanaya Bhaya Charanara Bindare Bhajahure manam Sri Nandanandanaya Bhaya Charanara Bindare.
Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol. Any question? Yes.
When Ramachandra was separated from Sita, can those feelings of separation be compared to when Radha was feeling separation from Krishna? Is there any comparison there?
No, not. This is relating to the mundane government avatar. That is the eternal. Of course, this is also eternal, but it has got temporary value, and that is permanent. This is as a policy in the mundane administration, niti. Ramchandra is more given, Ramlila is more given to the niti, moral
conduct,
and this mundane moral side. And the Krishna's pastimes concern only wholesale, the highest pastimes. No mundane reference. And here the reference is mundane. Good king. The good king of the highest conception that we find in Ramchandra. The highest possible ideal king in consideration with this mundane administration of men with religious background. But Krishna realized to you that he has got no connection with this mundane world. That is an eternal plane in the highest quarter of the existence. Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari.
What is the teaching behind his hearing a person of a people, and on the basis of hearing that impression, he banishes the Sita, who is impeccable? What is the teaching behind it for moral government ways?
He takes the responsibility of even of promising good government even to the worst people. Just as a bad son, he should also get affection of the mother or father. A most wicked child, he has got also a position in the affectionate bosom of his mother or father. A slight remark against his good name, a slight remark against the sincerity of good government, Ramchandra could not tolerate. For that, he took the highest bait, highest sacrifice. for the least dissatisfaction of the subject, he held himself responsible and took the whole reaction on him, the penances on him. I am not only master of so many souls, but if anything, even any imaginable remark comes against it, just as when any disorder in the department of any administration, the minister resigns. You are acquainted with that. This fashion, this etiquette, that whenever any unsuccessful in particular department of the minister thinks that I am not fit, I resign. A fit man should be engaged in my place. I have to save his honor. Honorable retreat, honorable retreat. That I am unfit. So in that line, I am a king, I am supposed to give a good government to my subjects. But I find there is some complaint about me, then I must take the charge, the bad remark against me, and I must have to take the challenge, either to give away the kingdom. I am not fit, I leave the kingdom, or I shall have to, the alternate thing, I shall have to make sacrifice so as to make compensation for the complaint. So Ramchandra took the second line. That you say that I am doing wrong. I am not law-abiding, the moral law-abiding. I am the dispenser of the laws, and I am lawbreaker, who is dealing with the laws of the country, and the complaint came that he is the lawbreaker, religious lawbreaker. Then I am taking the punishment on my own head, according to your judgment. You subject, I give judgment for your control, and your opinion is controlling me. Accept your judgment. And though I may know that I am not, I can't be charged with that complaint, but still, because someone says that I am so and so, so I take the punishment myself, so that there not be any room for other subjects to do such things. Apparently that may be objectionable, not really. Sita is chaste. Sita lived for 1 year, full 1 year in Ravan's house, and Ravan was a demon, and he was great power. So easily one may think that Sita has been polluted. She was under the care of a satanic person for the whole year. So easily some complaint may come against her. But few of us are satisfied that she is as pure as we can conceive. But general public may not have such understanding. So to satisfy the mob, I take their decision as punishment on me, and I accept that. Yes, I banish Sita. I am giving punishment to anyone and everyone from this throne, and when a slight voice is against me that I am a culprit, I must take the punishment. That was the most generous type of attitude which Ramchandra showed. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol.
Maharaj, you were speaking of the principle of harmony.
And then coming. Krishna also did so. When a bad name came to him that he has stolen that Samanta Kamani. But Krishna knew that he has not taken it. But he had to take that challenge and run after to do some justice to that bad name. And anyhow, he followed the person and the lion, and then from Jambuvan he restored that Samantakaman, and he gave it to the owner to prove that he was not the thief. The Kalanka, the bad name, came to him, and in order to deal with that, he had to take such trouble and prove that I am not the thief. Then what do you say?
I had a question because you were speaking about the principle of harmony.
Harmony?
Yes. I was wondering if you could explain how that applies practically, what you were explaining.
What does he say?
I don't know.
He wants to understand how to practically understand this principle of harmony.
How practically to understand what is the principle of harmony.
Yes, he's asking that.
What is the meaning of harmony, you know?
Yes.
Harmony means what? In your conception, what is harmony?
Harmony, strictly speaking, is a musical term, and it refers to different musical tones which are in balance, and they sound...
So different sound is tuned to one. That is harmony. Different যন্ত্রগুলোকে কি বলে? Different sound instruments, different tone from different man, many plural is connected with one and giving some sweet, on the whole giving some sweet and soothing feeling or sentiment. That is harmony. There must be different things, different kind of sounds from different kind of instruments and different kinds of voice. Harmony. You see, the earth, the planets, they are moving in their own way. And again they are connected with another movement, another force. The moon is moving around the earth. There are so many Upagraha planets are moving around another planet. Upagraha means ki? Just moon to the earth. So in Brihaspati, in Shani Graha, there are so many sub-planets. Planets. They are moving in their own. Again, with all those movements, Earth is moving around the sun. So many others moving. In this way, in 1 year, Earth is circumambulating the sun. Then there is Brihaspati in 2 or 4 years or 12 years, Brihaspati completes this round around the sun. Again, there is a time when everyone can complete his 1 year movement. This, you know the LCM, mathematics, LCM, BCM, do you know?
LCM.
LCM, to find a common...
Lowest common multiple.
Yes.
Common, so many figures they meet their common, divided some 5 times, some 10 times, some 100 times, there's a meet at 1 point. In this way, in variety meets in 1 point. He represents in one, all meet in one. That is harmony. Plurality meeting unity. In different plane, in the plane of sound, in the plane of color, in the plane of movement, it may be of different phases, but many meets one in 1 point. That is harmony. Just as the so many branches of the tree, they meet in the trunk. The trunk harmonizes so many branches. The twig harmonizes so many leaves. In this way. Harmonize. Jai Gaur Hari Bol. And we applied in the plane of sound, and the beauty it is applied in the plane of color, vision. So also in different planes, the beauty, the harmony, the unity, and many similar words that can represent. The master, the guardian, the controller, the well-wisher, in different phases it may be applied. And many in one. Many represented in one point. And interest of the many when represented in one place. Hare Krishna, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol. Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol.
So in the absolute, even discord brings harmony.
Yes. In the highest absolute, there is room for the accommodation of anything and everything. Otherwise, it cannot be absolute. If something outside, it is not absolute. Absolute one accommodates everything. Enemy is no enemy to him. All relatives. So according to the Shankara says, then it becomes zero. Yeah, all enemy, friend, all jumbled together, that is possible only in zero conception. But the theistic schools say, no, that is divine dynamic living. Absolute means absolute good. It's not zero. Not necessarily it will be non-differentiated, non-specified, a zero-like thing. But everything will have got its fullest representation. Still, whole is so great that it can accommodate them. They are in full swing. All the parts they have got their full interest. And the controller is the general is so high and tactful that he can control the soldiers. They are so brave as suicidal squad. The suicidal squad, the soldiers must be very brave, and the general of that squad must be very, very brave. Bold and brave and desperate soldiers also can be harmonized in a particular army. They can be controlled. There's such brave and such genius there may be as to become their general. Positivist, not negativist like Shankar, but positivist. Yes, everything is when I was a boy of 14, I heard from one of my teachers, Satyam Briyat, Priyam Briyat, no Briyat Satyam Apriyam, Priyancha Nanitam Briyat, Isha Dharma Sanatana. He quoted it from some Upanishad perhaps. It says, Satyam Briyat, always speak the truth. Priyam Briyat, always speak what is pleasing. No Briyat Satyam Apriyam, never speak such truth which is not pleasing, unpleasant. Satyam Apriyam. Priyancha Nanitam Briyat. At the same time, you must not speak a pleasing thing which is untrue, which is false. Isha Dharma Sanatana. This is Sanatana Dharma, the eternal conduct. I was puzzled, what is this? Satyam Briyat, it is all right. Then Priyam Briyat, it is also all right, not objectionable. But Mahabriyat Satyam Apriyam, never say such truth which is unpleasant, how it can be tolerated. Whether it is pleasing or unpleasing, truth must be spoken. Why should it be? Should have any opposition? The truth must not be spoken. Nobriyat Satyam Apriyam. At the same time, the Priyancha Nantam, whatever present but not true, don't say so. So, Yesha Dharma Sanatana, Dharma, the eternal conduct should be like this. So, truth also have necessity of modification. There is the truth of our conception. The higher truth can conceive, can harmonize both truth and falsehood. It comes out of that. Krishna asking Yudhishthira, say that Ashwatthama is dead. Say to the Maharaj. But Yudhishthira faltering, hesitating. But Krishna says, what is the truth of your conception from the higher standpoint that may not have such value. A general law in a particular plane that may lose its generalness in the consideration of higher office. The gradation of conception in truth. Truth in our conception may not be true truth from the higher plane of conception. Arjuna, he promised that whoever will blame his Gandhi, he will cut his head immediately. One day when Yudhishthira was insulted by Karna in the Kurukshetra battle, then Arjuna and Krishna has retired from the battle to take some rest in the camp, and Yudhishthira abused Arjuna. You gave me assurance that you will make me king, and I am tempted by that. I am a fellow, fell prey to your influence, but you can't do that. Karna has insulted me very seriously, and high your Gandhi. Then Arjuna, when the blame came to Gandhi, Arjuna trying to draw the sword from his seat. And the Krishna marked, hey, what do you do? You are going to keep up your promise by beheading your brother Yudhishthira. You have understood very well how to keep up the promise, is it not? But have you got only one promise? That whoever will blame your Gandhi, we will behead him. Only this promise in your life you have made. And there are other promises that you will make king, the Yudhishthira, the king of India. Was not that a promise of you? And was not that a promise? These were so many promises. And if you don't keep up your promise, you will welcome death. There is another alternative. If you can't keep up your promise, then you will die. Death is also of different kinds, 8 kinds of death. One of death is to engage in one's own praise. So, as the sin, so the penance. So go on, praising your own capacity. Then 8 kinds of death, that is one kind of death, to praise one's own self. Do that. Arjuna was perplexed. Yes, he was really going to behead Yudhishthira, to keep up his promise. But he already promised that he must be Emperor of India. That was also a promise. So Krishna came with the conception of higher truth. Arjuna was perplexed and Arjuna left. In this way, in the conception of our truthfulness, that is also some defect. So Satyam Briyat Priyam, what is Satyam Parang Dhimahi? So what is true? The truth is not law, truth is Krishna. The ultimate conception will come that truth is personal, truth is a living thing, not a dead law, abstract. That is not the real conception of truth proper. Satyam Parang Dhimahi, the characteristic of truth, let us try to understand. Srimad Bhagavatam says, I am hereby going to give you the real conception, what is truth proper. Truth is person, truth is absolute. Truth is the Lord. Truth is not a law, abstract, a man-made expression. Oh. To abide by the absolute movement, flow of movement coming from the absolute controlled center, that is truth. Or whatever he desires, he wants, surrender to that, that is truth. The highest conception of truth is there in harmony. Truth is to dance in harmony with the most original plane, according to its vibration and wave. That is truth. That is inevitable, causeless, inevitable movement of the plane. To dance in tune of that is truth. Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari Bol, Gaur Hari. Truth is God. Satyam, then Shivam, then Sundaram. Truth can be raised into that of Kalyan, goodness, and then again that is sweetness. Truth is sweetness, anandam, rasam. That is truth. That is truth. What can fulfill, what can quench the thirst of all, that is truth. In its higher conception, truth that can satisfy, that can quench the thirst of anyone and everyone in the world. Truth has got such a wide conception. Satyam, and gradually that goes Shivam. So when truth says that man will be punished with death, then mercy comes and minimizes. Then mercy is not truth, but the higher conception of truth, mercy, who can compensate the situation. Mercy may not come from a man in the street, but mercy can come only from such a position who can give harmony, can compensate. He can only show mercy, not anyone in the street. So, in this way, the higher conception of truth runs so sundara, satisfaction, to remove all the difficulties, not only, but positively to fill up the whole heart with sweet nectar, juice, sweet juice. Akhila Rasamritamurti, the definition of Krishna has been given Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. Okhido Rasamrita Murti, the nectar and rose, juice, and that is personified, that is harmonized. Personification means harmonized, and the living thing. Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Gaur Hari, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol, Nidai Gaur Hari Bol.